Yo guys, it's me John here, and I'm back again with another video. And as most people are back at school now, like I am, I'm reacting to the top 10 most shocking school bans, because you know what, fidget spinners, they've been banned at some schools. And yeah, so let's get straight to the video.
I imagine a lot of you
this guy
guys go
again.
to school right now, or maybe you've been through school already like me, but either way, I'm sure we all know about school bans. That's bans, not bans.
Okay.
Sometimes a school ban's something that is dangerous for students to bring in. Sometimes they ban the latest toy craze because it's distracting everyone, but then sometimes they ban things that just don't make sense. I'm Danny Burke, and this is the top 10 shocking school bans. Coming in at number 10 now, we have best friends.
Wait,
yes,
what?
You heard me right. In 2012, it was reported that some schools in the south of England were banning school kids from having best friends so they didn't get upset by falling out with each other. An educational psychologist explained that they did it because they wanted to save the children the pain of splitting up from their best friend. Other people said this was totally ridiculous because children should feel the pain of friendships breaking up so they know how to deal with it when they're older. What would you guys do if someone banned you from having your best friend? No. Alright, next up at number 9 now, we have mentioning dinosaurs. I'm not making this one up. In 2012, the New York Department of Education put a ban on certain words that might cause unpleasant emotions in students. These include words like divorce and disease, in case the students are dealing with them at home. Words like terrorism and slavery are on the list too, but also dinosaurs. Apparently this is because the word dinosaurs could bring up the topic of evolution, which could cause religious arguments in the classroom. Dinosaur.
Alright, so basically, they banned dinosaurs. So if 5-year-olds start talking about dinosaurs, they're gonna have a massive religious argument, because the 5-year-olds, they always have religious arguments. Now, that's actually stupid. Like, why would you do that? Right, well, let's continue.
We played in New York schools now. Moving on to number 8, we have hugging. Now normally, you'd think hugging would be great for kids. It's a natural human thing to do, to show affection, or just to say hello and goodbye. Well, apparently not, according to a lot of schools that have banned it. Schools in America, Australia and New Zealand have all banned hugging because they say it can be inappropriate, it can make other students feel uncomfortable, and even be used to bully people. One student in Florida was even suspended for a whole day in 2011 for hugging his female friend. I think he probably needs a hug after that. Next up at number 7, we have being too ginger. In 2015, Emily Ree from the UK was told that if she did not dye her hair a more natural colour, she would not be allowed to return to school. This wasn't Emily's natural hair colour to begin with. She had dyed it red 3 years earlier, but now the school had had enough. They said that no unnatural hair colour was allowed. Emily and her family argued that red hair is very much a natural hair colour. I'm just glad I grew my beard after I left school. At number 6 now, we have red ink. When I was at school, I would dread getting my work back from my teacher covered with red ink, because it would be my teacher pointing out all the little mistakes I made. Well, in 2014, one school in the UK decided to ban red ink being used because it's a negative colour. Mounts Bay Academy in Cornwall told its teachers to use green pens instead when marking students' work. They said they weren't going all soft and fuzzy, and that it was actually designed to encourage dialogue between teachers and students. Apparently some students even complained and said they want the red ink back because it's easier to read. Another high quality debate about education. Moving on to number 5 now, we have Pokemon. I don't know why this means Pokemon.
So that's right, I chose Team Instinct. Let's do it.
Now, you guys might be thinking that Pokemon was banned because it was a distraction for kids, but no. In 2000, all Pokemon related products were banned in a New Zealand school because they were, and I quote, laced with references to the occult. Basically, the school thought they were satanic in nature. The co-principal said they banned Pokemon because it is stubborn, headstrong, quibbling, self-centered, vindictive, obnoxious, hormonal, sexually preoccupied, evil, thieving and cross-dressing. Now, we all know Pokemon isn't any of those things.
Yep.
So kind of sounds like he was projecting some of his own issues, if you get what I mean. Alright, next up at number 4 now, we have yoga pants. In 2011, it was reported that a Canadian school told its students they would be sent home if they turned up in yoga pants. St. Joseph Catholic High School in Ottawa said that tight yoga pants would not be allowed unless they were sufficiently covered up by a long shirt or sweater. What's interesting is the most angry reaction to this didn't come from the students, but actually from their parents. One mother sent a letter to the school board asking why the school's emphasis is not more on her daughter's actual education rather than what pants she was wearing that day.
True that.
School had no comment. What do you guys think? Yoga pants too revealing for school? Maybe I'll wear some in my next video. Who knows?
Go on then.
Moving on to number 3 now, we have the dictionary. That's right, you might think that a book that contains an alphabetical list of every word and their definitions couldn't possibly be ban-worthy, but you'd be wrong. In 2010...
Before we see why they banned them, this is my prediction. Too sexual. I bet that's what they think it is, because, you know, it has the word sex in it. Yeah, because it's got to be too sexual for schools. Even like pretty much every single school that I know of has a dictionary because you use it to learn. So let's see what the reason actually was.
School boards of Southern California started pulling the Merriam-Webster dictionary from shelves for 9 and 10-year-olds because it included a definition for oral sex. A
yes!
said it's just not age appropriate, and that although it's hard to sit and read the dictionary, they'll keep looking to find other things of a graphic nature. That sounds like a very, very boring job. Literally reading every word in the dictionary.
Well, if you think about it, yeah. I don't know, but if you were at school, like, what, year 7, like, when you were, like, 11 or 12, did you ever, like, used to go through a dictionary and look at, like, the most sexual words and then just laugh at it throughout, like, the whole lesson? I used to do that. I don't know if anyone else did, but I used to do it with my mates, and, you know, I guess that's what you do when you're younger. You're more immature, and that's what I did. Yeah, so let's just continue.
In the hopes of finding a rude definition. Nice. Coming in at number 2 now, we have the man bun.
Oh no.
In 2015, students at BYU Idaho's campus were told that the man bun had been man-banned. The Student Services Vice President said that as part of the dress and grooming code, we commit to avoid extreme hairstyles. A man bun would be considered not consistent with this standard. That's right, guys. Man buns are now seen as extreme. If extreme sports such as BMXing, parkour, or base jumping seem a little bit too much for you, well, now you can just tie your hair in a bun and you'll be like, crazy extreme, extremely extreme. I don't know. I don't feel very extreme. And finally at number 1 now, we have playing tag. What could be more innocent in the world than a nice game of kids playing tag? It's been around for hundreds, maybe even thousands of years, so I'm sure it's safe, right? You guys know what's coming by now. It's been banned in quite a lot of schools. Back in 2006, schools all across Washington banned tag because it was seen as too dangerous. Schools put the ban in place after kids kept running into each other. Yeah, I mean, is that the first time they've ever met a kid? That's kind of what kids do. They run after each other and they run into each other. That's probably where kids learn to not run into each other. In fact, if it wasn't for tag, I'd probably be running into people every single day. Maybe. You don't know that. Alright guys, that was kind of ridiculous. Maybe we need to put a ban on certain school bans. What do you think? Would you like a part 2 to this video? What video do you guys want to see next on the channel? I'm Danny Burke. Wherever you are, have a lovely day.
Wherever I am, I don't know where I am. Help. And then they go there. Well, that was some school bans. Anyway, if you like the video, don't forget to leave it a like, subscribe, and if you want to, you can just comment in the comment section down below. And of course, the link will be in the description as I always do in every video. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.